Good, good. It's like 2 more days, fight day. I'm so excited. The weight is going good. I'm excited. Yeah, I came out 2 weeks earlier.
Uh-huh.
I've been to Abu Dhabi a lot, so I knew I'm in California, it's, like, more humid. So
Mhm.
I knew I need to get, like, the time change, I'm gonna fight maybe, like, 11:30 at night. So get my body used to fighting at 11:30. Usually I'm sleeping 11:30. So I'm, like, 2 weeks here. I'm so used now, like, to sweat so much here. You go outside and it's so hot, and to breathe, it's kinda burn a little bit. But now I'm getting better, I'm training, and I'm feeling ready for the fight on Saturday. Uh, yeah, I think she's really good. I think it's a great fight.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, she just lost to Vina Jandiroba, who's
Yeah.
like jujitsu girl too, you know? So
Mhm.
for me,
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, I think I see some mistakes in her game on
Mhm.
the grappling on the ground. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't think any of the top girls, they're scared of the jujitsu. Everyone
Mhm.
has it. I don't think she thinks like to submit me, but I think
Mhm.
she has enough to good defense. But yeah, I've been working my striking too. I'm working my wrestling, working everything. I think my last opponents are
Mhm.
like top 5 fighters, girls that former champion, who just fought for the belt. So
Mhm.
I think my last opponents
Mhm.
are stronger than her last opponents.
Mhm.
So I think I think it's good, she's confident. I think we both gonna go forward and we both are athletic and will be
Mhm.
an amazing fight. But I think I think I think I'm prepared for her. I'm also too not like nervous that it's gonna be something compared to my last fights. I think it'll
Yeah.
be like a good test,
Mhm.
but a good moment for me to try and prove that I am evolved and make better my last mistakes. Yeah, my last 2 fights, I learned, like, to be calm, calm,
Uh,
because I get excited, and then sometimes I land some punches, and I want to
Mhm.
stay punching with the
Mhm.
striker,
Mhm.
and now I learned, like, I have the technique to be striking and to be like seeing the right moment. And I
Mhm.
think it makes the fight easier for me. Sometimes I make the fight harder for me, because
Yeah.
I start to punch in the middle of the and punch too much when I don't need to
Mhm.
punch as much. Maybe just a
Yeah.
couple, and I can back up a little bit and see. And when you see everything, then the
Mhm.
technique is better, and then you see the takedown more. You see, and then sometimes I'm trying to be calm and then I'm too calm, and then they start to be ahead on the points, maybe they land 3 punches, 4 punches, and I land 2, 3. I'm trying to catch up, so now I'm really I train so much to find that balance,
Mhm.
to be able to know the right time to go. I think I always have that the heart where I can, if I need to, like,
Mhm.
bite down on the mouth guard and fight, but maybe like the last 15 seconds of the fight, not all the whole fight. So a lot more like just calm and think clear on the fight, and not when I get punched, I want to punch back, just punch. It's okay. It's a fight, so sometimes I will land, sometimes they will land, you know, and they're gonna be thinking about me and I'm gonna be thinking about her, so just see everything, and then I think will be a really good night on Saturday. The Craig Jones, the first was like the purse, Craig Jones, they offer like a very big purse just to
Mhm.
fight, So for ADCC, it's like $10,000 just the winner, and you have
Mhm.
like 3 fights, and it can be like more than 40 minutes one fight, the finals, and you still have, if it's a tie, you can keep going and going and going. So the first was that, and then the second, because I have the UFC fight 2 weeks
Mhm.
before,
Mhm.
like, there's always a possibility I could get injured and then I
Mhm.
might not be able to fight, And for the ADCC, I feel like there's so many girls that want to win the title
Mhm.
ADCC. I already
Mhm.
have the title ADCC, so I want to give like a chance for
Mhm.
another person to be able to train and prepare and try to accomplish that title. And the Craig Jones super fight, it's just one fight, and I asked for them to have like a fighter reserved backup for me in case I
Mhm.
get injured.
Mhm.
Hopefully I don't get injured. But it's easier to have someone for backup that already knows that they're on backup, like reserve, instead of the ADCC. The ADCC is kind of like you have multiple fights. So I
Mhm.
thought it's more fair to the other fighters
Uh-huh.
to let them know, hey, you can find somebody else for DCC for them to try to accomplish the title.
Mhm.
And for the one super fight, I have a backup already. So if anything, if I get injured Saturday, I don't feel like bad. I would like to do like super fights, come back to doing
Mhm.
super fights. Maybe I'll
Uh-huh.
fight ADX in Abu Dhabi in October. Maybe the winner of the ADCC, we can have the super
Mhm.
fight here. I think it's in a cage. So now I'm in, and I think Karate Combat,
Mhm.
they offered me to some fights and
Mhm.
BJJ Stars. So yeah,
Mm.
I'm definitely wanting to come back doing super fights and test myself on the jiu-jitsu, because when I left jiu-jitsu, I
Yeah.
wasn't like retiring. I was
Yeah.
at the best moment.
Mhm.
So I still feel like maybe people think I feel like I'm older, but
Mm,
really
yeah.
I've been training so much and I just been adding stuff to my game, and I think I can do really good in jiu-jitsu, me coming back. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Because she's so big.
Um,
I think Gabby, she does really good with people bigger because she can like hug the head, and she can use her weight. With me, like I'm smaller. So sometimes when you're so big, it's hard you have so much space, a
mhm.
little space. You can kind of be like little. So I think Craig, and she's a black belt, multiple time
Mhm.
ADCC champion, world champion. I think Craig needs to be careful, but
Mhm.
of course he's a guy. So if she messes up or she falls in a bad position, he can win too. But I don't know. I haven't seen their size together. I haven't
Yeah.
seen one next to each other. So I don't know how much a big difference it is. But I think Gabby has a chance for sure. It's no gi too, right? No gi.
Mhm.
Yeah, I fought her like 10 times. She beat
Uh-huh.
me like 9 times and I won the 10th time. So it's a lot of testing, trying
Mhm.
something, it didn't
Uh-huh.
work, trying another thing. Okay, it works for 2 minutes. I'm gonna try again,
Uh-huh.
and watching the other people fight her and see what positions were making hard for her, giving her problems, and what
Mhm.
positions I said like, okay, I never want to try that. So um it was a lot of like trying to my goal with her was to try to hold her back a little bit so she
Mhm.
doesn't keep putting forward, trying to keep the weight.
Mhm.
And I think she kind of started to get a little frustrated trying to pass and then open up some opportunities to try and sweep and try to go to the back, try to submit. But more because when you I think she's used to going forward. So when I tried to slow her down, then she want to come more forward, and then I was able to find some opportunities.
Mhm.
I think because in MMA we have the like jiu-jitsu, we need to be close, you
Mhm.
need to be close. In MMA you can have distance. So
Mm.
for the striking, one, the power on the
Uh-huh.
punch and the kicks with the different size, it makes a difference. I feel even just me when I
Uh-huh.
cut weight like to 116, like 52 kilos, when I
Uh-huh.
punch, it's
Uh-huh.
not so much when I'm like 60 kilos, it's more heavier.
Uh-huh.
So that makes a difference when you fight
Mhm.
like against bigger people. And because in the MMA, they can stay away when you're taller, you can
Mhm.
stay far away and it's hard for you to try to get close, and
Uh,
you just have like 15 minutes, 5 minutes and then stop again and then 5 minutes and then, so it's not so much time like jujitsu 10 minutes or 20
mhm.
minutes and then they start to get tired and you know what I mean? So I think that's the biggest thing is because you have the space in MMA,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
when you're long, you can stay far away and not feel too much the grappling and things like that. And
Mhm.
jiu-jitsu, we need to be you can't be far away. If you're far away, the referee tells you
Yeah.
to go forward.
Mhm.
So when you're close, you can try to go to the back and be fast. The fast sometimes beats
Mhm.
the size. The bigger, a little bit slower. You're more
Mhm.
stronger or heavier,
Mhm.
but fast and agile can sometimes win. Hey, all the Korean jiu-jitsu, I'm so happy that the jiu-jitsu women's community is growing. I hope I can visit, maybe do a seminar, train with you girls. Keep focused, keep growing, support each other, and let's go. I hope to see you guys around the world competing as sponsors and really growing the jiu-jitsu lifestyle in Korea. Thank you.